Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for even taking the time to do this live with us because it's your final moments as the reigning Miss Universe Great Britain.
Yes, I know. It's quite bizarre. I think this pageant came out of nowhere for so many of us, especially the girls competing this year, because I think everyone had given up hope. We all believed that there was no chance we'd be able to hold a pageant. So it's wonderful to be here with all of the ladies. I'm slightly upset that I don't get the stage experience of handing over, but it is a final that will go down in history. So yeah. I'm excited to be here.
And you're part of that history now. But honestly, well, just over a year ago, you were in the girls' position, just waiting moments before you went on stage. You were doing rehearsals and everything else. How was the feeling for you just before the finals happened?
It was just an honour to be there. You know, I competed at Miss World. I was Miss Wales in 2015, and that was my first real experience of pageantry. And as I got into it and got to know the girls and the organisations, Miss Universe Great Britain for me was the peak. It was the be all and end all, you know, the real elite of pageantry. And so for me to just be there, to be amidst these incredible women, was truly wonderful. I just felt so special to be involved. And you know, I was just, to be honest, my goal was top 5. I was like, if I get top 5 at Miss Universe,
you'll be happy.
I have made it in life. You know, that would have been wonderful for me. So as soon as my name was called in top 5, for me, I was like, I can do no more. Wonderful experience. I'm going home now, thank you. That was how it felt. But then to have my name called as the winner, I mean, if you've ever seen my crowning moment, I go to cry. And it's and I was actually making fun of myself yesterday in that I did the stereotypical pageant thing of going to cry, but it really is such an honour to be amongst, you know, in the Hall of Fame of Miss Universe Great Britain. It's an honour to compete, and these girls, I think, are all feeling very much the same. They're all just grateful and humbled to be part of this organisation.
Yes, and then, well, finals, internationals happened and everything else. But how's 2020 been treating you for the rest of your reign? Because unfortunately with COVID and everything else, you haven't been able to do everything that you had planned, like so many of us. But what's it been like being a title holder in 2020?
It's been bizarre. It's been quite strange. I mean, I've spent the majority of a year that I had assumed I'd spend jet setting here and there on fantastic photo shoots, in loungewear, eating. So, you know, it's been a real adjustment. And, you know, there have been moments where I felt disheartened. I mean, you know, for example, one of the trips I was meant to go on was to Barbados in July. Sadly, that didn't happen. I am still emotional about the fact I couldn't go. But I mean, everyone has been through so much this year. I'm just grateful to have my health and to have my family. And I think, you know, we were all so enthusiastic, I think, at the beginning of lockdown. It was like, we'll get through this. We're going to do Instagram lives. We're going to, you know, really make the most of this. And then months turned into months and months. And it was hard. It was hard to stay enthusiastic and to stay positive. But it's been, I think we've all learned a lot about ourselves this year. I've certainly changed very much over the past, you know, 10 months of lockdowns. And I'm sure, you know, anyone watching this feels exactly the same.
Yeah. So what is the one advice that you would give to the next winner? Because unfortunately we don't know what's going to be the situation next year, so we could in fact still be in some type of lockdown. What advice would you give the new queen?
I would certainly say not to be afraid of who she is. I think a common misconception in pageantry is that you should emulate or copy almost past queens. You feel like there is a certain amount of boxes you must tick and you must sort of mold yourself to be that. You know, of course, we do all have many things in common. I think we're all hardworking, we're all passionate, we're all committed to our causes, but we're completely different from one another. And I think once I embraced that, my differences with other people, and really understood the power in just being myself, that's when I really came into my own, and that's when I was able to win Miss Universe Great Britain. So I think anyone who wants to compete in a pageant, be it Miss Universe Great Britain or any other, it's to remember that there is such power in being yourself, because there is no one like you, and that makes you special.
You will always be Miss Universe Great Britain 2019. But what's next for you? Because unfortunately there'll be a new queen and then you won't have this anymore. What's next for you?
Well, I have offered to stay on for another year. I said, no, I'll do it if
You'll sacrifice.
Yes, I'm sure I can find the time. Paula, the national director, assured me there are other girls ready to take the crown.
Yeah,
which is fine. I'm not offended. I understand but no, I'm focusing now on my television career. I've worked in Welsh television for years now, and I was lucky enough to have a documentary on my reign as Miss Universe Great Britain in February, and we're kind of feeding off the sort of the excitement of that at the moment. Lots of little projects coming up, but you know, the dream is to, of course, present on This Morning or Good Morning Britain or the like, and I'm sure I'll get there one day.
You'll do it.
You've got to believe in yourself. But that's the, you know, the far plan. But for now, just focusing on my TV career and presence in Wales.
That's amazing, to be fair, and you've had such an amazing year. You've been an inspiring queen, and we've all looked up to you, because not only are you beautiful, but you're intelligent and funny, and I love all your Drag Race commentary, by the way. So I do obsessed, and we're getting ready for season 2 of the UK one and everything else. But what's the one thing that the girls should know as they're preparing for tonight's finals? Like, what can you tell us about today?
Well, I think there's a lot going on, and I think what's wonderful about pageantry is that it celebrates every part of being a woman, everything that it takes to be a title holder. We celebrate that. So not only do we want the girls to be articulate, well-spoken and intelligent, but we want them to be stylish and be into beauty, and to be able to inspire with the way they dress and the way they can command a room and walk in. Also, we want them to be passionate about causes, so whatever it is that they're here to talk about, their platforms. For example, mine was domestic abuse and being a volunteer at Women's Aid, as I have been for years. So there's so much to come and show of yourself, and it's very difficult to do that in such a short period of time. So the girls will have their interview, and that will be their chance really to explain what they're about and who they are. Then, of course, we'll have swimwear, which is just such fun. I'd never competed in swimwear before. And as someone who is famously terrible at any physical activity, it was the most scary aspect of competing for me. I certainly did not take like a duck to water in the gym. It was something I hated, actually. But I did it, and it was a real personal achievement of mine, actually, to get there and do that and feel comfortable. And also then gown, it's to show your poise and the way you hold yourself, and that elegance that we expect. So there's so many aspects of this that these girls have to show and have to shine. And yeah, I'm sure that the judges will have a very tough choice this evening.
They will, because I've spoken throughout the week. I've been able to speak to most of the contestants competing, and to be fair, they are amazing girls. So whoever wins will be the right girl for the crown today. But because it's not the same as every other year, how can we as an audience get involved, cheer on the people that we're supporting, like what's happening for us as an audience?
Well, there is so much on social media today. We have really used this chance to command attention via social media. We'll be putting out lots of different content over the course of today on the Miss Universe Great Britain Instagram. We've also got some Instagram lives coming up, and this evening when we announce the top three question and the results, they will all be streamed live on our Instagram as well. So there's lots to take in. We also have a special social media hashtag, and that's MUGB social. So if you type that in and search, all of the contestants' pictures should come up in one place. So you can have a look and pick your favourites and see who you like. But yeah, there's plenty on, and you know, it is sad that we don't have the loyal pageant fans and friends and family here to support everyone. But it's unbelievable the support we've been getting online. And I just would love to thank everyone for sending me messages personally, for supporting the girls. It really is wonderful to see us all rally together to make this final just as exciting as always.
And that's amazing. So I know you're very, very busy and you've got some things coming up now. But just on a final question, because should other pageants consider doing what Miss Universe Great Britain is doing in terms of holding a final with no audience, socially distanced and everything? Should that be a consideration for next year?
Certainly, I think that it's something we'll see more of, and these kinds of events have been dramatically affected by this pandemic. And so, you know, we are able to give the contestants a wonderful experience whilst being completely safe.
Yeah.
Next year, I would hope that things get a little better and we are able to slowly incorporate bigger events back into our lives and to get audiences in, because there's nothing quite like walking out to an audience. No. I think that feeling, you can't replace that with any amount of social media. So I would love to see pageants return to their grandeur of days gone by. I would really hope that we get there eventually, but we have to just keep hoping, keep praying, and do the best that we can, and keep
it safe.
Girls online.
Yeah, and keep it safe as possible. But thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, because I was just like, it's impossible to have these lives and not have the reigning winner also give her thoughts and shares on the finals today. And what time, do you roughly know what time that the top three will be roughly being announced so that people can tune in?
It will be, we're running roughly from about 5 o'clock, and we will have crowned the winner by 7:30. That's when it should all be over. So yeah, if it all runs to plan. But we will sort of be going live and keeping you updated as we go. We'll try and keep you updated on timings and how things are running, just so that no one is missing out. But turn on your post notifications for Miss Universe Great Britain's Instagram. That's the best way to get alerts and to keep up to date with what's going on. I would assume at around 6:30 we'll be going live, but do not quote me on that.
Do not quote me on that. I'll be like, Emma said 6:30, guys. No, but guys, keep an eye on the socials, on Miss Universe socials, and the hashtag MU socials, isn't it?
MUGB social.
Oh, GB socials, yeah. So keep an eye on that on all the social media. We'll be reposting as much as we can as well. But thank you so much for being the wonderful queen you are. The girls have got big shoes to fill this year, and you've really been amazing. And even though it hasn't been what you imagined your full year to be like, you've actually held your head up high, and you've continued to be an amazing queen.
Oh, thank you very much. It means a lot. And thank you so much for doing these lives. It's wonderful to see more and more British pageant fans and commentators taking the time and really reveling in the joy of pageantry. So thank you for all the work you're doing.
I love it. I honestly love the pageants, and it's addictive, and it's one of those where I've been involved in them for years. So, but thank you so much for taking the time, and thank you to the audience for joining us. I know there's many of you, and you all want to send Emma good wishes as she hands over her crown, because she can't have another year, unfortunately. It's for the next girl. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.